Good morning, Aries. How's everybody doing today? I had a very busy week last week. I had every intention of getting my videos done, but my business was just absolutely booming last week, and I just didn't have the energy. You know, I have been working really hard on soul alignment. And soul alignment is when you strip off everything that is not who you are, everything that you've taken on, and you get closer and closer to your authentic self, who you really are on a soul level. And when you do that, everything that you desire comes to you just really, really fast. Well, I experienced that. It was pretty amazing, actually. And I wasn't prepared. So, like I said, I was just really pretty wiped out. I spent the day yesterday kind of resting. I slept in today. Now I'm ready to knock out these videos. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get going. I hope everybody is getting back to life as it was before this virus. I know here in Indiana, we're starting to kind of slowly open back up. You know, I had said something on my Facebook page yesterday about the fact that, you know, I'm not really surprised that when they open things back up, there's like a kind of like a resurgence and higher numbers again, because people are kind of hiding away in their bubbles, you know, in these sterilized bubbles. And when you do that, your immune system kind of takes some time off because it's not really needed. And so then when everything starts back up again and, you know, you're out there, guess what? Lo and behold, you know, you get sick. I know, you know, whenever I re-enter the workforce or, you know, I always get sick. So I'm not necessarily sure that quarantine and isolation was, you know, the best possible way to deal with germs. But who am I to say? I'm not making the decisions. I'm just saying, you know, if you have kind of been home alone and you're getting ready to re-enter the workforce or whatever, kind of work on boosting up your immune system. One more. Sorry, my allergies are kind of bad. Had a lot of rain the past few days. All right, we have Earth, we have Maiden Beauty. And this definitely has to do with how you see yourself. A lot of times we can't see ourselves the way other people can. You know, so many times we're told, you know, when we're younger, how we're supposed to feel about ourselves. You know, you're this, you're that. And, you know, we really take on that conditioning, you know, and for some of us, unfortunately, we were told, you know, that we were less than what we were. It's almost like they tried to get us to dim our light. I know a lot of you feel this way because I feel like I was really made to dim my light. So make sure that you are not taking on other people's views of how you really are. Really step into your own power and really embrace how magical and how wonderful you are. You know, you are this perfect creation that God created. And why would anyone ever reject that? So, you know, tell yourself that daily. For those of you that might be struggling with self-esteem or with self-image. And then a lot of times, too, we're really told what the standard of beauty should be. You know, I know here in my community, it's all lashes and nails. And, you know, and I'm not taking away from those things. But, have your own standard of beauty, and try not to be, a cookie cutter version of everyone else. That is the energy I'm getting with this card. So if you are, individual, embrace that, because we are individual. But I'm talking about, like, if you've always been someone who has never followed trends or whatever, that is really what is most attractive about you. Hex banishment, because this card actually is to clarify that card. So that was the energy I was picking up on, really feeling like maybe you're like an outsider, like you don't fit in. And this is not a bad thing. We're told this is a bad thing. We're supposed to conform to society and we're supposed to fit in. Not true, because authenticity is very, very attractive. Now, don't do this so that you can be attractive to others. That's a side effect. Sorry. Do this so that you are embracing who you really are and you are honoring yourself. Because in doing this, everything else will come to you effortlessly. It's like a side effect of that. We have the Three of Fire, delight. I'm just really feeling very strongly that this is, meditation. This is really getting to know yourself on a very deep level, spending time, maybe out in nature. Maybe you're somebody who loves nature. I know I love nature. Or music. Music is coming up for somebody. This is where you get your power from. This is your divine source. So whatever it is that is your divine source, that is where you are going to find your power. Listen to that voice inside of you, not the one in your head, because that's your ego, that's your mind, that's not who we are. That comes from a place of fear, that comes from, all those voices you were told as a kid, that get ingrained in us. You can even tell yourself, if those thoughts come up, I don't have to believe you. Listen to that voice inside, because that is your higher self, your soul, really trying to direct you. If you can connect to that, I'm telling you, there's nothing that you cannot create in your personal life. Abundance, love, good health, whatever, a house, a car, a better job, anything, connect to that. Because to clarify that, we have door to spirit. So this is what I was talking about. Each and every one of us is a divinity having a human experience. So really strip away what you are not. And how do you strip away what you're not? Is by stripping away all of that conditioning that you took on. Being your authentic self, not being scared to stand out from the crowd. This is going to be paramount to connecting to spirit. And there are no limits as to what you can create in your personal life, like no limits. Sorceress. Power. And I have talked about magic before. I love magic. I've always been very witchy, always. And there's nothing wrong with that. What magic does is it really helps you to believe in what it is you're trying to create. And I'm getting for some people, maybe you've always been kind of superstitious, really believing in luck. Now, with luck, that kind of gives away your power, to you're a victim of circumstance. Whatever, shows up in my physical reality, I'll take it, type of thing. But make sure that you, it lagged a little bit. Make sure that you realize that you have the power. You are creating everything by where you vibe at, by what you believe in. You see, because it's not the thoughts or even the feelings behind the thoughts that manifest. It is the belief behind those thoughts. So if you believe you're abundance, I am abundance, I know I see it coming to me. It's not just luck. It's not just I'm a victim of circumstance, it's not just a lucky rabbit's foot. I don't know why that's like just coming up for somebody. It's not that. It is you and believing in those things. Like if you believe in that lucky rabbit's foot, like, oh yeah, this thing's always brought me good luck. It's helping you to manifest. Now, do you need that? No, but magic, good luck charms, things like that actually help us to focus our intentions and really believe them. But understand it's not those things, it is the belief behind them. Witness, to know personal evidence, to speak out. So I'm feeling like, maybe you've been recognizing that, I am creating things in my life. I am. Even the shitty things you've created, been like, man, I really focused on this. I really brought it into fruition. But now that I realize how this works, I can create something better because I recognize it now. I see it. And maybe you're talking to people about it. Initially, my thing was when I first started talking, when I was spiritually awakening, I was a little bit leery. I was scared that people were going to reject me. They're going to be like, oh, she's just into sorcery and devil worship or, whatever. I was like really worried about that. And so I manifested for myself that some people did leave me alone. Now, did they leave me alone or did I push them away? I pushed them away because guess what? I believed that would happen and it did. So be very careful of that. Be very careful of feeling like, oh, people are out to get me. They're this, that, or whatever else. Because guess what? It'll always show up. And if you don't believe me, play with it. Power. I had a lot of powerful cards in this deck. Because to clarify, we once again have another Sorceress card. So somebody is playing with magic. Somebody's playing with magic, and I love magic. Like I said, I love it. But make sure that you understand that even without the magic, you're still creating. It's just the magic is something that you believe in. And it really helps you to believe in your creation. So, let's say, you're burning some money candles right now. Because you're trying to bring in, whatever, more money. And then it shows up. It was not the candles. It was the belief in the candles. So make sure that you still recognize your power. You do not have to give away your power to anything outside of yourself because you are the creator. You are the co-creator of your existence. We all have that co-creative power that God has given us. Man, I'll have to give me some water or something. It's terrible. We all have that co-creative power that God has given us. So make sure you're not giving your power away to someone else. And then the other thing that's coming through too is to make very, very sure and very careful in your personal relationships that you are not giving away your personal power to others to make you happy, to make you sad, because that starts with you. Do not ever give away your personal power to somebody else that they are able to give you or take away your happiness. It starts with you. Intention. Set forth your intentions of what you want to create. If it's like, I'm getting for someone, maybe you're trying to buy a house. Maybe you're trying to have a baby. So set this intention and really have faith. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, that's all you need. Any more than that, wow, you're in there. But not only set the intention and have the faith, but start being grateful for it now. Start talking about it like it's yours. Start preparing for it. That is how you really truly manifest. And understand we're always manifesting anyway. But start consciously and deliberately manifesting what you want instead of just by default shit that you don't want that just shows up, happenstance. And then you're like, oh, well, it's just a victim of this. It's just whatever. This is shit that always happens to me. It doesn't get any better than this. Clear that out. because that will always show up in your life. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. If you can practice anything that does show up in your physical world, if you can practice saying, you know what, it's perfect. Even if I can't see it yet, it's leading me closer to where I want to be. I can't see the reason for it, but you know what? I accept it, because your soul is not going to give you anything in your life, your physical reality, that you do not need. Let's say like betrayal, for instance. I just recently experienced so-called betrayal. Now understand, I did that because I was in that mode that I was talking about. Like, oh man, people are, every now and then I go there. People are out to get me. This person doesn't like me. And then boom, lo and behold, something's shown up in your physical reality. But even then, when it does show up in your physical reality, I was like, man, after like the 150th time I've done this, I see it now. Now I see that this is something that I do. Okay, so I'm going to stop doing that. Now, was it this person's fault? No. But this had to happen in order to show me that pattern, that cycle I was stuck in over and over and over again, and now I get it. So I released it. I choose to learn through love. Now, see, that is how you look at things through the eyes of love. Okay, so, somebody betrayed me. Somebody who, I thought, man, we really, we're friends. Someone I care about, cared about as a daughter. And it hurt. It really hurt. And, the old me would have been like, I'm done. I'm never going to speak to this person again. I don't want to ever have anything to do with this person ever again. I'm so done. But once I saw, okay, this is a pattern that I was in. I did this. I aligned to this. I had that one little thought that I followed down the rabbit hole. Oh, she's going to do something, like this. And sure enough, she did something like this. There it was. Now, am I going to blame her? Or am I going to blame myself? Am I going to let it make me bitter towards other people and never trust anyone ever again? Or am I going to see it for what it was? That is how you look at things through the eyes of love. So I choose to learn through love. Sacred fire. The energy that I'm getting with this is kind of like that tested, that trial by fire. Now, a lot of witchy stuff has come up in this, and there's a lot of us who actually are like the granddaughters of the witches they couldn't burn, so to speak, and that kind of got handed down, that magic, that sorcery, that witchcraft. So some of that is coming up as well. But also for those of us who have been stuck in these patterns of victim mentality. And understand, some of us have had more conditioning than others, especially certain groups. And I have talked about this in my videos before. We have certain ethnic groups, racial groups, who've had more conditioning than others. They've had it harder than others. And so it's kind of perpetuated itself. It's been handed down, that victim mentality. Now, victim mentality will always manifest into more situations to become a victim over. So a lot of us are here to break those cycles. And if you do not break that cycle, it's not going to get any better. Remember when I was talking about that betrayal? Okay, now do I blame this person, or do I look at myself because this is something I align to, something I believe to be true? It's that type of situation. Now, I really triggered someone that I really care about a month ago, because I had said, you need to look at yourself. Now, this person had had a lot of tough experiences and took it to mean that I said that he was to blame for everything that had gone wrong in his life. And I probably could have handled it differently, because for me, sometimes it's hard for me to explain things from an emotional standpoint. So I apologize if I've triggered anyone when I've said that, but do check in with yourself. When darkness surrounds you, be the light. You are the light. And like I said, I feel like maybe somebody's dealing with betrayal. Maybe that's the reason why I told the story that I told about betrayal. Maybe someone's cheated on you. They've lied to you. But I just want you to sit back and think. Was this something I was focused on? Was I focused on what I didn't want? And it's shown up? Because if you sit there and you focus on what I do want, and what it's not even what you want, it's what you know. People treat me well. People want to see me succeed. Focus on that, and you'll have more of that. Focus on the other, you're going to always, always, always keep perpetuating these cycles. And the reason why it's happening is to show you, to teach you, to get you to be like, okay, I know now. I need to clear this out. I need to clear this out not only for myself, but for my ancestors. That's what I'm here for. But be the light. Transcend whatever's happening in your physical circumstances. And once you do that, you can create anything in your life. That's the reason why I have said over and over again, I'm not a fortune teller. I read energies. I tell people what it is you can do so that you can manifest the best possible outcome in your life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this person's cheating on you or this is going to happen or that's going to happen, because it's up to you ultimately. So Aries, this was your video. And if you would like to have a personal reading to know what it is that you personally need to work on, because this is a general reading, they are $40 right now, and I will include the information in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.